Hi, babe. Don't don't mind my looks. If I cleaned up first, it'd be hours. By the time I was ready, and it's already 8:30. Anyways, anything that I explain to you is going to sound like an excuse, but it is a reason. Is the man that rents to me, my landlord? He's older and he had to be out of his storage today, but he's just telling me that this afternoon, and so that I've been working with him, and I'm all sweaty and gross, but I try very hard to adhere to what I say I'm going to do. So I'm going to bring in Brian. I'm dimming the lights a little bit. I hope you don't mind. Because it's really not about what I look like. It's about what your brother's carrying. I hope. I hope. Ooh. I've got a screen door that mosquitoes can get through. So I'm just gonna spray my feet off real quick, or my legs, so they don't disturb me. Okay, Brian, it's your turn. Are you excited? He says how blessed I am. Yeah. He's There was that word. I am here to cement this for you, sis. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I heard three sentences again at once. Either he's overwhelmed or I'm assuming he is. I want to cement for you, sis. For your heart. For you, for its knowing that I'm not one to miss. For your heart. He doesn't want your heart missing him. He said, I am setting that in cement. As close as her breath is to her, is how close he is, he says. He says he's in the breath. He's in your breath. He says, go ahead. He says, I am so that close to you, sis. That anything it could never be missed. Like there's no distance between you and the target, which is him. There's no distance for it to be missed. It's impossible. That's so beautiful. And you know, when he was telling me Skyscraper, the song, the cement of the foundation of the skyscraper was where my, I don't know if it was sight or mind or what, but that's where I went. He wants to cement it into you. He says, I'm aware that my sister misses her brother. And he says, but I am here to insist that you feel me now. He's saying he's found room in all of the space of your mother being around you. He's found room near you. He's saying for your viewing of him. When I was younger, I had my own view of you, sis. And for the measuring of it, it has remained the same, like true, set in cement. In other words, how he used to look at you and how he always looked at you has been the same. He's telling me I hit it right on the nail. Good. he it's so cemented. Something about cement. I don't know if he poured cement. My dad did, but I know this isn't my dad, but I don't know if he worked with cement or poured cement or something about cement. You have to tell me though, Krystyna, if cement has any kind of connection between you and your brother, I would love to know that. And he's saying your wish will be found in cement. He says that's what is meant by saying cement. She will no longer long for the knowing of her brother and how he is. Sister, I saw stars. Stars so far that there are no tools to register the distance of how far. That is how sharp my gaze. He's in the super conscious. He's in the Christ conscious, and they know everything all at one time. Everything, every detail of every detail of every detail. He's mentioning your purse now. Well, he says, I am the minute in your sack. But what he's saying is the tiniest grain of sand or rubble or dust or tobacco or whatever it is at the bottom of your purse. He knows the details of that. Like there's nothing that he's not aware of. And he says, and for it, I am able to come back to cement in for you that I am still at your back. And if he's saying if it's too heavy, he will carry your pack, your sack. He's talking about whatever it is, purse, backpack, something to do with your purse or something of yours that you used to carry stuff in. He's bringing forward. That's what we call evidential mediumship. I try to stay away from those terms. I could never know what a spirit's evidence is to be brought to you. Like I would never know that. And the bottom line is I don't think spirit cares if you have evidence or believe it or not. The fact is that the truth is that you receive from them, right? Whether it's through your subconscious, your own divinity, or your recognizing that it's them. It's the way it is. But thank you for that, Brian. I'm all smiles again. I love that. I knew that his message would not be... He didn't have to approach you with kid gloves. He says, I love her. I love her. And she will always be found within in my gloves, my kid gloves, his white gloves, like the pure love in his hands will carry the pure love of you. He's saying, my sister knows. Go ahead. The cement of her legs, or your legs. She knows of heavy feet. And it is for this. Go ahead. I'm giving her cement, concrete. For her knowing it's me. Whatever that means. But yeah, I love that. I hope she... Krystyna, that's another thing. Look, like the work that I do, for whatever reason, it it it, it only aligns with a few people. So it's not for publicity or anything like that. But rarely will I ever get somebody that I read for, do a reading for, ever to get their review of it, their what do you call that? Your opinion or your yeah. I never get that. Like I never get that. And so now I'm asking you deliberately if there is something to do with cement or heavy feet that ties you and your brother. I want to know that. I need to know that. Otherwise, I'm going to quit doing this altogether. I just am. You know? Um, I don't like guessing games. You know what I mean? I love this work, but I will quit. I will stop doing this. If nobody's willing to tell me you were close or you weren't. You know what I mean? Your brother is saying she won't miss this. She'll answer you. My sister is going to some place you two went together when you were kids. She won't miss the cement. I will drop that in the hat. He's saying let's move on. I trust that he's trusting that you know what that is. So, and it's not for me to doubt um, either one of you. I will start doubting myself and what I'm doing if I don't eventually get some sort of return in some sort of review. I'm sorry, I'm tired, but he's flooding me right now. Like I feel like there's a waterfall behind me, and it's just like pouring into me, not on me, but into me. It's a little heavier than three sentences at once. So now I'm going to take a deep breath and tell him he needs to turn it down. It's it's so hard to explain, Krystyna. It's like it would be like if you had a piggy bank, a penny jar, with a slit, but you tried to put in like three rolls of pennies out of the wrapper in that slit all at once is what it that's the best way that I can explain it. So pardon me. I'm not lacking for getting message. I'm lacking for the mass of it to come in the size that I can receive it. I feel like I need to take a break, Brian. I fear that if I stop now, it'll be all night that I don't come back. I'm pretty tired, and he's very heavy on me. In love, in a loving way. He says I'm not trapped. I'm not in a trap door. I'm not in a trap door under the floor. I'm not in a place, any place that surrenders for me a need to escape. Like he's good. She fears for my not, or for my being in fear. He says, no, sis, that the window is wide open where I'm at. There is air, there is light, and he can come and go. He says, I'm everywhere. I have freedom. He says, I have the need for speed. My brother did too. He was always wanting to be fast, whatever he drove, or he's saying she was delighted. So when you just heard that, something lit up in you. How he knows ahead of time, I don't know. He's showing me the delight in your eyes, like when you lit up. He, go ahead. He's saying my sister. She recognized. She knew what lit me up because it lit a place in her eyes. So when your brother was doing what he was supposed to be doing, like what he was meant to do, what lit your brother up, he could see that spark of recognition in your eyes, and he values that that she saw the fire in me at the times when it was the brightest in me. I get that. She misses me, but she's wrong. She, go ahead. To think that I am no longer with you, that we are not together and in the light, you're wrong. He's I never question spirit, especially for a client. But Andre, we can bend the rules, he says. There is no wrong. I'm just saying, okay, then what he's doing is giving me the permission to do this. He's saying it won't be wrong. Well, I know that your sister, she wants to know where you're at and if you're okay, and if you're missing her like she's missing you. And I know you know that, but it just serves the reading better if she's delivered what it is that she's really needing from you. He's saying I delivered it in the first yard of cement, but sis, he says I will never bury you. He's saying, so sis, don't ever bury me. There is no need for burial. I love that. That was beautiful. That's pretty much pretty easy to understand, I would think. Andrea, you know this of me. You know that we go on beyond the bodies. And he's using your name, Krystyna. There is a trial, a jury that she first wants to see. Well, I mean, it's normal. Unless you can hear and understand that, it's very difficult to come to terms and just put all your money on it's true. He says, I am cementing for you, sis, the value of it being true. He says, wish to miss me, sis. Because all you can ever do is wish to miss me, because you can't in the way that I'm with you. He's telling me right now that he senses my sorrow, and it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with my heart and what's going on in my life. Um, I'm pretty really good at separating that, but he chooses to bring it in. So just don't stay there. He knows better. He says I. He's saying. He's telling me he senses my sorrow. What he's saying is that your sorrow wheelbarrow is empty, so that you will loan me your empty sorrow wheelbarrow so I can put my sorrow in it. So yeah, it does spin back, and it yeah, that was for you. Loaning me your empty sorrow wheelbarrow. He's counting on you, sis, to make that true. He says I am believable. I don't know that word. I don't even know if that's a word or if I could pronounce that. He's saying nothing is grievable. He's saying you can lay down whatever you want upon my chest, like at a funeral, flowers on the. He says, but it isn't where I nest. Like we don't, we're not where our bodies are when we leave our bodies. Go ahead. It's like trash that never got picked up because the living will not let go of it. It means nothing. He says I took my essence with me. It's not with that mess. And he's speaking of what becomes of the human body once they leave it. He's I'm sorry. The L's I have a hard time with. Say rephrase. He says I am never going to be out of your nest. He says laying close to your chest. He's in your breath, and and you're not to forget that. Like he's reassuring you that he is so there. I want to ask you. I know I sense that your mother or Krystyna's mother is not incarnate, but I sense that you're doing something else. My daughter Krystyna, my daughter Amber, she died 10 years ago. She was almost 18, but she's incarnate now. My brother, who died almost 3 years ago, he's not. He's in spirit. He chooses to stay in spirit for a long time. He says, but um, my daughter's incarnate. She's a mom, and she's got three babies. Well, she's got four kids, but one of them wasn't her. She that was her first one she adopted, but she's a little baby machine, and she's living on the coast, and she's not even at the star. She's not even on Earth, but she does exist, and she is incarnate, and she's the age that she was when she left her, and it is an unfolding of an understanding that no human brain, not even mine, can ever register, but at the essence of it, it's so possible, it's so true. But you are or you aren't. He says, I am not further than my daughter's star. He says I am you are incarnate. So what are you doing? What's your name? What are you doing? How old are you? What is your plan, Stan? Go ahead. He's in the Arthur ages. Is that like King Arthur? Isn't that like the medieval days? He's saying he's in the old ages, but what we would call the dark ages, but he's saying they were the cold ages. They were the dark ages, but they were cold. They were more cold than they were dark. Why did they even call it cold or dark ages? Dark for the lack of lighting, of heat. Like back in the day, in those days, the castles were so cold. He's saying in those medieval times is what I'm thinking. He's saying they were the cold ages, the dark ages. That the it didn't. He's saying it doesn't matter the size of the soldiers or the warriors as they came. They were picked off like. Go ahead. Picked off like lice, right? Like lice by the cold. Like so many of them would die due to the frost in their bones. Why would you go back there? He's all, I thought I'd give it another try. Your brother's crazy, huh? I don't know if this is making any sense to you, but I understand. Back, he's saying, back with the bed chambers, right? The bedrooms were called chambers, bed chambers. He said, and for the value of what is not known, but the beds inside these chambers were huge, huge. And it was for the more people that would gather uh, in one place under the covers. The kings, like it was like, it's what the slaves would have to do. Not all of it, some of it was family, but the more people, it's what kept people alive at night for the coldness of it. He said that those cold castles, towers, bed chambers were like tombs. If you were to ever find yourself without the body heat of another, currently he is not in a room. He is not a servant to have to do that. He likes his space. He's outside. So he's like a, what are you doing? How old are you? I will be 19 if my life follows through. Like if he lives another day, he'll be 19 soon, he says. His name is what? Merrick? Merrick? Merrick. He's saying like A, but showing me a big O, so I don't do names good. Merrick. He said Merrick will do. How many lives can we live at one time? He says as many as we want to. The only way, he's saying, sister, to my sis, the only way we're in the dark is when we want to. And although he's saying, I've chosen the dark ages, I'm not in the dark. And it is not to bother you, he says. He's like, he's trying to do this, but like you can't really do that with and wipe anything. I mean, yeah, he's funny. He is in armor. He's in armor. And he's like, he's showing me like, it's hard to explain, but he's showing me he is in a coat of armor, but he's got these like soft, pure, sweet, warm gloves on. It's just so opposite of the armor itself. Because it's for you, he says. But he says, I'm showing you these gloves for her to receive my love. And now he's showing me those are the soft gloves underneath his armored gloves. Have you lived in that time before? He's saying more, many more than not. Many more lifetimes than not. He wants you not to worry about him. He's giving me a sense that you feel like he's fallen in the floor, or like he can't get out of somewhere dark, like a basement floor or something. But it's not how it is. He says for my sister, I will always blow her a kiss. He's all like this, and he's blowing you a kiss right now. It will land, but it won't land as if it won't fall. It's going to float down. Is that kind of a puzzle, kind of a I won't puzzle you, sis. He's saying, give me a symbol, a sign for your eye not to miss. He says, and I will send it. He's saying, upon my golden arrow. He's now showing me this like animated, like gorilla I am Superman kind of a vibe. But let me explain this, because this spirit is like this is how powerful it is. We think, oh my God, just show me a sign, something simple like a feather, or a something shaped like a W. And that's as far as we go, because we don't think that they can get detailed in signs, but they can. For those that aren't looking for them, they put them in the obvious place, like in front of, like a kitchen window in front of the sink, because that's where somebody stands all the time. So if they were going to see something, it would be there. But again, if you're not looking for the signs, you won't see them. But that's a real popular place for them to leave like finger marks, like signs. And then the grease hood above the stove is another place that they go. Of course, that's if somebody's tall enough to see over it, which there's a lot of people that are tall enough to see the hood over the stove. But point is he says, I'm following you. So what he's saying is, tell me. Write down what sign you want from me. And he says, and I will bring it to you. He says, I like a thief in the night. Like a bandit. I will bring it to you. So not a thief, but a burglar, right? A cat burglar. Like he'll come in and leave something instead of take it. But he's he says, my words are true to you. He says, now, go ahead. He says, now I'm trusting and counting on you. Write down what it is that you want me to bring to you, and so I can. I have a question for him. I know it's bad, but why do you go back there? Why do you put yourself through that? He says nothing that we physically feel in bodies and go through is like glue, but he's aware of that. Like he's in the Christ consciousness where he's at. We're not allowed that when we're here. We just aren't. I know that I heard a long time ago that, Brian, that when people come to Earth in to live a life in the body, this is one of the darkest places that a spirit can go. And some spirit, they choose to, they'd rather do 800 lives on another planet than come to Earth and do one. And is that true? He's saying it's most definitely true. He's saying, like, where he's standing with all the armor and stuff, the armor's not needed. He should have had it. We should all have armor when we get to Earth here, because it is true. He says he likes the purpose he's serving in the armor, and he's kissing his two fingers and putting it to the stone of the castle or whatever. His vow, he's got loyalty. His loyalty is very true, and that's the part that keeps him returning. Would say it again. He says, sis, wherever I am, I build a guest house for you, he says. He said, should you arrive where I'm at right now, there would be he would create a stone mound for you, like an igloo kind of, like instantly. Oh God, now I worry that you think, he's not inviting you. And so I understand we live multiple lives at the same time, right? It's just the one he's in. He's not likely to see you. He says, right, for her distance of me is out of my view. So what that tells me is that you're not incarnate in that life with him. This one's interesting. He says, I continue to hold firmly a warm hand for the stake of her knowing where I'm at, that I'm always with her. What he's saying is, no matter what he's doing, he is still a rock for you. Say it again. He's saying that you were the rock on his foundation, or no, you were the herd on his foundation, like a herd of, like, buffalo or cattle, or how he said, without the herd the foundation's dry. So your one presence in his lifetime here amounted to the significance, the almightiness, the energy of a herd. And I don't know if I've ever been around cattle or buffalo or a large amount of animals at one time. It is overwhelmingly a strong sense of their strength, But he's saying that just you alone near him in his life was that strong as a herd. And for that one, he's saying, I will take a bow. Was he funny? Because he's acting like a character. He really is. All for you. He says, this is true. He says, but underneath all of the silliness, the funny stuff he does, he honors you, and he's saying, please honor what I'm saying. He's in the breath of you, he said. All right. I know I'm tired, and this one was off the hook, but he's a flirt. Here comes my. Hold on, Calvin. Let me push pause. Let me hit pause.
Okay.
Sorry, that was my. I say landlord. He's my friend too. Um. That's it. I'm gonna end it now. He's gonna write a song for you too, though. But I'm not on a It's not on a schedule. So today was really stressful for me, Krystyna, because I had to do that, but I had to do this for you. So I don't do well when my time is split like that. So anything else before we go? He says, I'm not like glue on you. He goes, I am cement for you. He's gone. I mean, he's not gone, but he's allowing me to close. So yeah, that's part 2, babe. I'm thinking, God, I hope you know it's him. He's saying she will see that it's me too, because I see that it's him, but that you will. All right, babe. So this closes the deal. I'm hoping. But he'll bring you a song, I promise, because he's never gonna let me not do one. See you later. Hey, pass me around. I mean, I found you through Haley. Find somebody to find me through you, because I am really not in a good place in my life, so every reading helps me a little bit. Thank you, babe.